Sun 969, it is now time for part 2 of the Morning Ramble.
It's interesting you say Sun 969 because this part is not going on Sun 969. This is just exclusive now.
Well, it kind of is. It's going on Listen to Sun 969.
Yes, I guess so. So listen to Sun 969. That just sounds too long. We couldn't say that. That just
know.
is a long way of putting it. Imagine if your station was called Listen To.
Yeah, right. Who came up with the name for our YouTube channel?
Bruce.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but it's a good channel. I mean, I think because we used to have one and we
so we
can't get
needed
the
a different
passwords
one?
anymore. We can't get into the old one.
We used to have one? That's
Yeah, we do.
crazy.
So you can have a look for the old one. I think there's some bands that were in the studio with one of the old announcers or something on it. And that old announcer may have taken the password. We don't know where it is.
Oh,
so we
one of
created a new
those
one, nice
things.
freshy one. That's happened to a lot of companies, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know, with their websites and stuff like that. You know, the guy who used to run it is gone and then they lose their access to it and then they have to get a new domain name. I mean, that would be annoying if you're a big business, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. Very irritating. But to get into what we were talking about in part 1, I just wanted to talk to you quickly about this. We were worried that my phone had connected to your new phone because you had your just new phone sitting on a box on the desk.
Yes.
It's a really silly thing to do.
Not
by the
really,
way.
because I wanted to have it where it's safe and no one's going to steal it.
Yeah, but you said that your phone kept doing the transfer thing. Everyone in this building has an iPhone. Did it not occur to you that that would happen again?
I didn't think it would match to anybody else's, honestly.
Okay.
No,
Well,
I wouldn't have thought it would. I thought it was only because it slept with my phone last night. Like the two
so you
phones
thought they
slept
had
together.
like a thing going
They
on?
did, and yet it wants to share itself around. It's just like a male, I think, isn't it?
Okay, well,
So we can say that now.
I was about to cut you off, and then I was like, actually, hang on, I don't think I have to because it's on YouTube, not on air.
I think we could say that.
Well, my phone got way too up in your business, and so I did a quick Google search,
What did you find out?
and it to be like if I accidentally clicked OK. I don't know if I did click OK. I just kept trying to get out of it. But when the notification stopped coming up, I was like, oh,
It's
God.
like when a guy's at a bar and the woman just wants to get out of it.
Yeah.
My boyfriend's over there or whatever. A bit like that.
Do people do that to you?
I think they have in the past.
Okay, well, sticking on point here.
Yeah.
I did a quick Google search and it said, go into your iMessages and look up. So basically I checked on the settings on my phone and the only thing listed on my phone are my devices. It doesn't, when you go into your device list, so it doesn't have like a new iPhone listed. So I don't think our phones shared. I don't think they did. But I am going to double check when we finish up this. I'm going to double check. Apparently, if I sign in, go to my laptop and sign into my Apple ID, I can go to the list of all devices, and that will work.
You can do that, and I know that I had a really unfortunate incident that resulted in probably 20 years of problems. Well, let's say 15 years of problems, where I one day updated my phone. Did something on, I can't remember what I had to do. I had to plug it in and update it or something. Anyway, unfortunately, I'd done my wife's phone at the time, and it meant that my phone became her phone because her phone, the iPhone was registered in her name, the first one. So I got her profile. So for about 15 years, both of our phones were called by her name.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they both were called so-and-so's iPhone.
That would drive me crazy. Well, I checked my device list. There's no other iPhone listed. Only the only thing listed is like my watch, my iPad, my phone. So I don't think it's happened, but I will double check it all because that would be really irritating.
It's an annoying system. Like I've
got two-factor authentication. You would think accidentally clicking OK isn't going to completely do this. I don't
know if that comes into play though, does it?
Yeah,
that?
I thought surely there would when I got my new phone, it wasn't easy. I didn't just click OK and everything transferred over. There was a whole process.
No, but I'd done all that all through the night. My two had got very close and acquainted through the night.
But from your Apple ID, I don't feel like just accidentally clicking to OK on a new Apple ID would just instantly do it. And then as soon as it happened, we separated the phones.
Yes, we kept.
So
we
I
had to
feel
take their
like
hands off each other.
Exactly.
There was
feel like
obviously
it
an
would have
instant
failed,
attraction from my
right?
phone to your phone.
There was.
Yeah, a bit of chemistry.
My
between
phone,
them.
I think, is a little bit of a hussy.
It's a bit of a player, really. Yeah.
Anyway.
Is your phone a male or a female?
Well, I'm a female.
So your phone's a female?
Sorry, I'm getting text messages while we're
Oh,
talking.
of course you are. Now, you've got your little phone up there on the microphone today.
Yeah, because I want to post this chat to obviously it's going up on YouTube, but I also want to post it on our Insta stories because we have a whole bunch of followers on our Insta stories that I want to then, prompt to go to our YouTube page. So I thought this would be a good way. I'm just like, my phone's here, but it rang and now I'm getting messages. Mr. Loz is trying to get a hold of me.
Maybe he's listening to the radio. We're actually on the radio at the same time and we're talking and we're saying naughty things. Have you checked that we're not on the radio?
I don't know, we're not.
Okay.
I'm double checking the panel.
It just freaked you out then. That
you did freak me out.
You know that when you get that little moment of panic and then you go, oh, it's all okay. But it's still, your heart skips a beat and you worry that one day you might
Even if it's not possible, you still freak out about the possibility.
Yeah, just for a moment.
It's kind of like when you get pulled over into a booze bus and you know you haven't had a drink in a week, but all of a sudden you're like, what if?
What if? Or the worst one when you almost have a car accident. You know, the ones where you slam on the brakes.
You're imagine.
I had that in Lygon. When I went in Lygon Street in Melbourne, right? It's a bit of a rat race there. Yeah. And when I was young, I was probably a P-plater at the time, so I wasn't really experienced driver. And a car stopped fairly suddenly, and I had to slam on the brakes, right? And it made a big screeching noise, as it did. But I stopped just in time to not hit the car in front. So that was a real fright for me, So a fright like that, I reckon your heart skips a beat and maybe you could even have a heart attack.
Yeah.
Like you could, as we get a little bit older, we probably could. I mean, it's possible. It's possible to have some sort of reaction to that, isn't it?
Of course, the adrenaline dump.
Is that what it's called? Now, I knew you'd know what it's all about.
You don't know what that is when something like that happens?
No, explain it to me.
Okay, well, you know what adrenaline is, right?
It's kind of like a chemical that goes through your body, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my phone's still going off.
The phone's going off.
Okay, it's because... Do you know what it's... Okay, I'll get back to adrenaline dump in a minute.
Yeah.
It's because Mr. Loz has a doctor's appointment.
Oh.
So he would be calling me. He'll be looking for something like his medication, because the wife knows all of these details.
Really?
Yeah, I bet you that's what it is.
Are men not capable of knowing anything?
He probably does, but he probably thinks it's easier if he just asks me. It might not be that. I'm making assumptions here.
How do single men survive? I just don't know how they do. Without a woman, you couldn't survive,
they
could you?
survive completely normally, but then when they get a woman, they just decide not to.
I don't know. Like the women I've met in recent times, I think I'd need to be completely independent and in control of every aspect of my life still.
That's a plus in favour of meeting someone. If the person knows that you're not going to rely on them for everything, that's a good thing.
I mean,
put that on your Tinder profile.
Yeah.
Anyway, adrenaline dump. Okay. So adrenaline, when something happens, like something. You can have adrenaline for multiple different reasons, right? It could be a good thing or a bad thing. But let's, in terms of having an accident. So adrenaline is linked to like your fight or flight instincts. Right. So something like that happens, you get such a shock.
Is it like a liquid in our body or something like that?
Yeah, it's I want to say a hormone.
Is it in our blood?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
See, this is what I want. I wanted all that stuff.
Adrenaline floods the system.
Right.
I think I don't know if it's like the lymphic system, the blood system, the nerve system, but it floods the system, right?
Right.
If there's a doctor listening, let us know. But it floods the system, and that is what pumps you up. You know when they say like a mother lifted a car off her baby?
Yes, that's right.
That's like the adrenaline. The adrenaline makes you like, crazy, but like in a good way. It's like it's a survival tech. It's a survival thing.
Yeah.
But once everything calms down, the adrenaline it's called an adrenaline dump. It kind of has nowhere to go. So once the adrenaline leaves your system, all of a sudden that's when, like if you've been in an accident and you're like, oh no, I'm fine, I'm not even hurt.
So what happens
because
then?
the adrenaline masks the pain. But then you have an adrenaline dump and you're like, oh my God, now I really hurt. Now I'm really tired because the adrenaline's leaving your system. So it's like, that's when you can go into shock and things like that.
Oh, shock. Okay. So that's the reaction you get from it.
Not always. Sometimes you'll just get really sleepy, or all of a sudden you'll be like, oh God, my leg actually really does hurt. I didn't think it hurts before. Oh, that's because right after the accident, the adrenaline in your system masked the pain.
Well, adrenaline, from my understanding, it's being rather morbid, which we probably can be on this little chat that we're having here.
It's YouTube, not air.
Yeah. So my understanding is when you're about to die, like say there's something that your body knows it's going to die because there's something going on. It takes away a lot of the pain, the adrenaline. So if say you've just, dare I say it, you've lost a limb or something, or you're in big trouble, car accident, that sort of thing, and you're in big trouble, your body hides all the pain. Like you've seen that you've seen the TV shows where something has gone through, like a spear's gone through a body, and they're about to die.
Yeah, 100%. But that's one circumstance where adrenaline does that. As I just said, it's why after an accident, sometimes you don't realise you've hurt yourself until the adrenaline leaves your system, and then you're like, "Wow, my arm's broken."
It's an interesting concept. I lived next door to a nurse here years ago when I first came to town, and she talked about the issue with adrenaline is that if someone survives now, because of our medical systems, we can actually, with trauma, we can bring people back, get them to the trauma ward, hospital, and bring them back, and they survive. They may not be able, they may be in a wheelchair for the rest of their life, that sort of thing. But apparently, because of that whole preparation for death that happened when they had that very traumatic incident where they lost their limbs or whatever, the body was preparing them for death. So after they've had that rush of adrenaline that's prepared them for death, they're actually quite depressed for the rest of their life. There's like a chemical imbalance.
No, I'm not saying that that's not incorrect.
Well,
that's not correct.
Said.
That is, but that's not adrenaline, because people get adrenaline from skydiving. Adrenaline is normal. Yeah. Adrenaline happens to people frequently. It's not like it doesn't only happen on death's door.
Whatever happened on death's door, because before humans were able to do medical stuff, a person in that situation would have been absolutely 100% going to die. So nature doesn't think of how humans have learnt to do stuff. Nature prepares the body for death, and then we bring the body back. And a lot of those people have a lot of issues, not just because they've hurt themselves or their rehab or whatever. There's a lot of issues. They say that there is something that from that kind of exposure to the big rush, the preparing for death rush, which is a little bit different to jumping out of a plane and having because the body's not preparing for death there. It's just like,
but it is. The body doesn't.
Is it preparing for death?
The body doesn't know.
Well, then, should adrenaline people have, or we call them adrenaline junkies?
Yeah.
Should we be worried about them?
I mean,
could they be psychologically not stable?
Well, I mean, if anyone jumps out of a plane for kicks,
I think you'd be pretty crazy.
Then probably.
I think you're absolutely right. I think you'd be pretty crazy.
The first ramble with a part 2 for the YouTube only channel has been extremely morbid. I love it, but we're going to wrap it up.
Are we already?
Yeah,
because I'm really enjoying it.
It's already been way too long.
Has it really?
Yep. And I've got to get on air to do my actual show.
Oh, okay. Well, you could do that. Or we could just talk about adrenaline and all that sort of stuff. But look, it's been good. I'm enjoying it. I like the fact that we can be a little bit more naughty, a little bit more risque. We're still, as we discovered with doxing, remember doxing? Mm-hmm. We've got to be very clear. It's nothing to do with doxing, really. It was just some of the questions one of our colleagues asked. We still are representing the brand of Sun, so we can't be too distasteful.
That's it.
But we are happy to. And look, if people want to ask us questions and things that we perhaps could talk more about off air, you can make comments here, or you can always email us and message us the normal ways.
Yeah, and I'm going to put, as I said earlier, a bit of this onto our Instagram page. So
because we're happy to, like the old ask type columns. They used to have dear so and so, whatever. Well, dear Nigel and Loz, ask us some questions. Give us topics that you want us to talk about too. Because at the end of the day, we're doing it for you. So if you're listening to this now, you're thinking, what are these guys doing? What are they all about? Well, you know what we're about if you've been listening to the radio show. But there's things that we can talk about now perhaps we couldn't talk about before.
Yeah, we can be a lot more lax with what we're saying. And
we want you to be enjoying it too. So if you've got something you want us to talk about and get us onto a topic, even if it's the old guy versus girl thing, when a guy takes on a girl like we often do on this segment,
absolutely.
Give us something there. Give us a topic to absolutely ramble on and go to, let's get ready to rumble. Let's give us a rumble topic that we could ramble.
I don't think you're allowed to say let's get it.
Well, we just did.
I guess it's only on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
On that note, of course, we'll be back.